The standard they are held to is the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Because you thought you hated playing Boston in the first round every year. Well, let me tell you something, friendo. That loss bumped them down to third in the Atlantic. They're on pace for over 110 points. They're third in their division. That means, the way this is going right now, in the first round, they're going to have to play one of the Panthers or the Lightning, and they probably won't even have home ice advantage. Is it fair? No! Neither is life! But I can tell you this team is better than last year's.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I've seen enough. I think they're better than last year's team.
And no Marner in the lineup too, right?
It's
a big deal.
Tampa, no Kucherov, no Point, no Cirelli. That's devastating. I'm trying to think.
Worse than Marner.
Yeah.
I think that's worse than missing Marner.
It's like the Leafs being down Tavares, Matthews, Marner.
Yeah.
It's devastating, and it just doesn't affect them. And they're still a good hockey team, and they're still in every game, and they obviously have flaws, but we know what the flaws are. And like the fact that they can just yoink out of the minors a guy like Taylor Radish is so friggin' unfair.
I know.
It's
amazing.
They do such a good job. But the standard they're being held to is the Panthers and the Lightning. And if you're telling me that a top four of Morgan Rielly, TJ Brody, Jake Muzzin, and Justin Holl has a shot, you're just kidding yourself.
So, and specifically, there is one name. I don't want to jump on someone's back here because he is having a rough year, but you can't talk about the Leafs defense this year without talking about the surprise that Justin Holl is a disappointment.
And it is a surprise, and he's earned his spot in the league where it's a surprise.
It is.
But, like, we're a third of the way through the season. This is part of the reason that I chose this video to have this conversation. We're a third of the way through the season. Let's not let Jake Muzzin off the hook. Holy shit, he's been bad. He's been really bad. I don't think he's played a healthy game since puck drop. But at some point, a move needs to be made because you can't go into the playoffs with this top four. And I don't know if throwing Timothy Liljegren into that slot is enough. But after last night, I'm like, okay, well, we know Hall is not good enough. We know.
Why do you think? What's happened? What's he not doing?
He doesn't contribute in any way, shape, or form. And
was he contributing before, though? Or was it Muzzin being not hurt and playing well? And he played well with Muzzin?
Well, even when Hall was playing well, there was an air of he can't do it without Muzzin. And whenever Muzzin was out of the lineup, he wasn't nearly as effective. You put anyone with Muzzin, they look probably better than they did with their previous partner, namely Liljegren, right? He's big for nothing. He's a capable penalty killer. He's had a couple bad bounces hitting the puck into his own net, but he's got 1 point this year. Like this guy was able to create offense, and he just hasn't been able to do that with the same success. If he's not going to be hard in front of the net, then there's no point to him being big. So people talk about, well, he's a big defenseman, right-handed, makes X amount of money. Well, he might as well be 5'6". It doesn't matter that he's big if he doesn't use it. And he just hasn't been a good decision maker in his own end. The offside play with Matthews, I mean, everyone watching went, what the
You mean it was from like 10 games ago?
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot longer than that. It was earlier in the season. But remember, that's what turned it around.
Mm-hmm.
What turned it around is Matthews having a conniption, which I've never seen him do really, on one of his own teammates. He was scratched for 5 straight games, and the Leafs have never looked back. They've never looked back. They hit a bit of a speed bump, but they weren't going to be basically undefeated for the rest of the year, They banked points, and that's good. But we're going into a 7-game series against Aaron Ekblad and Mackenzie Weegar or Victor Hedman and Ryan McDonough. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Now, is Rielly Brody? Would you throw that into the conversation? I know what pairing I think is third best out of the ones I just mentioned. But with a Muzzin / competent guy on his right pair, I look at their offense, I look at their goaltending, I go, you got a shot.
Is this a confidence thing for Hall? Does he look worse because Muzzin's injured? and he's less effective.
For a very specific thing that I see when I watch Justin Holl is when the puck goes, when the other team dumps the puck, let's say, and they go for a change, and Justin Holl goes back to his own net, and he gets the puck from Campbell.
And they attack his side.
And then he tries to get the puck up the ice. Every single time, it seems like it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's never a clean breakout when the puck is on his stick, and it worries me whenever I see Justin Holl have to come up the right side and get the puck to somebody in the neutral zone.
And let me be fair.
He's not effective at it.
Let me be fair. I can't write off Muzzin's struggles as I think he's hurt and Hall is just garbage. Like I think he battled an illness. He could be hurt too. You never know what's going on.
But the results.
I can tell you this is not good enough, and it doesn't look like it's going to get good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, and like, listen to me not yelling and screaming about it. Like, I'm just saying this is calm, cool, collected, cold facts. They're good. They're good. Holy shit, what a revelation Kasha is.
Yeah.
What a revelation. They're the best face-off team in the league, I think, or still
Bunting
top 5.
is incredible.
Bunting, just so good. Lilligren is far better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Play Richie down in the lineup.
Richie's fine down in the lineup. Simmons is
Unbelievable
having
this
a
year.
pretty good year.
Yeah.
He
David-
seems to have 80 goals that could have almost went in.
Oh my
Like
god.
that's his specialty this year is
Oh.
almost scoring, and that's all you can ask for out of your third line.
Tavares
Like, it's awesome.
is above a point a game.
Mm-hmm.
Willie's been great. Matthews is
Willie's
back in the Rocket conversation.
Willie's decision making is sometimes like
Yeah.
last night he had
Trade him.
He scored last night. I kind of hated his game.
Yeah.
It was maybe his, I don't know, second worst game of the season.
But he has less of those games now
Oh
than
yeah,
he ever did.
Oh yeah, but he
100%.
wasn't good.
Yeah,
and
like
like he needs to be good every game when Marner's not in the lineup. This is the problem, right? Oh shit, Kerfoot. What a
Excellent.
revelation.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm talking about the Montreal series again, where I look at individual performances and I go, wait a sec, almost all of you are good. But if the important things are bad, which is what happened in the Montreal series, in the Montreal series, it was the top line, or Matthews, Marner specifically. Right now, it's specifically the shutdown pair. It's becoming less of an option. The less likely it looks like Jack Campbell is going to be a .940 goaltender for the entire season,
Yeah.
the more that pair is exposed.
I just don't think Justin Holl has the decision making right now to be like, hey, this team's going to be in the top 5 of the NHL, and he's one of our top defenders.
So can you-
Justin Holl's just not there.
Can you flip him down for Lilligren? Because why not? Lilligren, you might as well give him a shot.
Well, with Sandin and Dermott out of the lineup, you need them. But as it sounds like Dermott is coming back soon,
Yeah.
I think you got to look at having Muzzin, Lilligren, and then, oh my God, Rubens Dermott?
Boy.
No.
Boy.
He's...
No, but
What'd you think of
go
Rubens?
get someone. I don't know.
I don't mind Rubens. Like, I've seen enough of him that I want to see more.
I do miss Zach Bogosian a little.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's only been 2 games.
Mhm.
Sheldon Keefe, I wanted to highlight his comments about him in the LFR because there was some criticism in there, but he's also like, I like that he's fighting.
No, I liked him.
Yeah.
I like Rubens. I think like
Sure.
whatever. The guy stepped in and done fine. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying I miss Zach Bogosian when you
No, of
give me
course.
the lineup card of who's in and who's out.
But the reason I brought it up is while Keefe was critical, he also had a compliment in there, and the compliments have been few and far between from that guy recently. So I'd like to see more of him. This is great. It's great that we're getting to evaluate guys like Alex Steves and guys like Christian Rubens, and we might get a look at Alex Biega because the Leafs might need him down the line. And who knows, maybe Chad Chris will get in the lineup, brand new Leaf.
Yeah, that was a trade. Curtis Gabriel, Chad Chris.
Yeah.
What do you know about it? Why was it done?
The Blackhawks wanted some grit, and what usually happens with those minor league deals, by the way, I'm telling you the Blackhawks wanted some grit. I'm not guessing. I did some sniffing around.
Oh.
They wanted some grit, and what probably happens with a minor league deal like that is the Blackhawks go, we would like this guy from you, and in return, we will give you a player from this list. And the Leafs take a look at this list, and they go, well, here's a guy named Chad Chris. He's a former second-round pick from 2016. He is a defenseman. We could use some depth at that position right now. And also, he played with Matthews at the U.S. program, defenseman Matt Hellickson from the Toronto Marlies, Joey Anderson, Joseph Wool, JD Greenway, who we drafted in Chris's draft year. And who is the other guy? There was one other guy. He played with a wild amount of guys who either are in or were in the Leafs organization when he was at, can't remember what college school he went to, but I don't know. We probably spent way too much time on Chad Chris.
No, I just
on
want to
this
know if
episode already.
Is he a player?
I don't think they got him just to get him. I think they got him because there's a chance they think he could be of some value to them.
Okay.
If the Leafs make a trade for a defenseman, who are pieces off the lineup that you'd be okay with going the other way? What can you take away from to add to the defense core?
That's a great question, Jesse. And it's Dubas is getting hammered right now for, well, one decision in particular.
Signing John Tavares.
Yeah. No, the decision to protect Justin Holl, and that way you had to expose both Kerfoot and McCann. But the way the Leafs looked at it, I think, is it was protecting Kerfoot. Now, McCann is doing really well. But I look at pieces off the roster you can trade, especially once they get healthy. Might have to be Kerf. Might have to be Kerf.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's funny how the conversation with him has changed. There was earlier in the season where I was like, this guy doesn't have a spot in the lineup, and that was a very short amount of time. And now he's been so good that I'm like, okay.
Now he's valuable and could bring in the thing that they need.
Yeah, like you can't get a defenseman to fill that role and make you competitive with the Lightning and Panthers without them having some kind of a salary.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm thinking at least $3 or $4 million. They have a tiny bit of space, so all right, who has to come off the books?
Well, and maybe
Kerfoot.
a guy like Hall goes the other way too, make salaries work. You can do that, right?
Kerf and Hall, maybe a pick. Could Mikheyev be part of that? Could Dermott be part of that? I think all that's possible. So again, this isn't a moan.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't a doom and gloom conversation.
Not a piss or a moan.
No, this is problem solving.